I think sometimes when people think of courses, they think, "Oh, I've got to sit at my computer and take notes," but it's really just a glorified educational podcast. It's like a
Yeah.
multi-series podcast. So I think,
Hmm.
I want to get people out of the mindset of like course because I think that feels intimidating to participate, but it feels intimidating to create.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Going in. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, we're back for another mini episode, Adventures in Business Live. We have Mandy that's in her new remote location.
Yes, remote
Yes,
location. I like that. That sounds like an alien situation. A
yes, yes.
remote
Remote location
location.
underneath the mountain.
Yeah.
Um, we are going to talk today about a course. And where shall we begin talking about the course?
Well, I think we should define courses first because I think we see a lot of people, there's a lot of coaches, there's a lot of these courses that are online. And I remember being on the hotel side when we had to take training courses that were virtual and online, there was like modules to them. So when we talk about course in this context, how would you define a course and what's the purpose of it?
So, a course, my definition of a course is like an online learning experience where you go through a certain amount of content and learnings to focus on a specific topic. And it's usually guided by video with some follow up questions after each kind of chapter. That's what I think of when I think of a course, like self paced learning experience.
Yeah. Have you taken a course before, like an online one like that before?
Yes, I remember Judy Holler had a course for speaking that I took.
And was
Yeah.
there a live component to it, or was it all self-guided and just virtual recorded?
So hers was for 6 months. There was a live each month. There was like a live Q&A like lesson along with her course, which you would go through at your own pace. You'd have lifetime access, and then we had the live Zoom and things like that. So yeah, it was a mixture of two.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, like I think of when I think of a course, I think of I took Jesse Itzler's course called Normal is Broken, and it was in addition to his live coaching. But what I liked about that course is that there was like 8 different sessions and one was 5 minutes, one was 25 minutes, one was 30 minutes. There were different, each session had a topic and I could just listen to it while I was walking the dog or on my bike. And to me, I listened to the course several times because it was just good for my brain to have those types of inputs.
Hmm.
And so I think sometimes when people think of courses, they think, "Oh, I've got to sit at my computer and take notes," but it's really just a glorified educational podcast. It's like a
Yeah.
multi-series podcast. So I think,
Hmm.
I want to get people out of the mindset of like course because I think that feels intimidating to participate, but it feels intimidating to create. And so, anyways, the reason I was thinking about courses is because you just sent your newsletter out and you are doing a course. So I want to hear all about your course that you're doing.
Yeah, so my course is kind of goes along with the book launch, and it just came out. It was part of some people on the if you pre-ordered or whatever, you would get access to the course, or if you also get some of the coaching that I offer, then you get access to the course. So I kind of launched it then, and now it's ready to kind of come out. And it kind of talks about creative brand building and risk taking. That's the title of it, a strategic approach. And I still use lessons from the book in terms of how to brand yourself, growth strategies, things like that. And so that's kind of what the course is about. It's actually a mini course because there's really like 5 modules and like
Yeah.
let me look here. It's like 5 modules and probably about 4 or 5 lessons within each module. So I mean, it's not a short one, but it's not like a
Yeah.
really long, intensive one either.
And what do they learn? Like, what will they walk away with? What will they experience from that course?
They'll learn about creative branding, crafting your creative identity, strategic marketing, how to practice creative risk taking and growth, and then implementation and how to grow your community. Those are kind of the 5 different modules. There's lessons within each module, and I share personal stories. I share stories about different groups and what they've done, and that's kind of what they will learn.
I love that. And what this is just probably how the sausage is made and people don't really care about this, but I'm curious, what platform did you use to create the
Yes,
course?
yes, great question. Thinkific. So I use Thinkific.
Thinkific. Okay, I've heard of that
Yes, I
before.
did that. I did it with the help of my book launchers team, Julie Broad's team. They helped me with
Mhm.
it. And so it's up and running. It's regularly $99, but like for my newsletter, you get half off. So you get it for 50. And so it's really just to try to draw more people into my ecosystem. It's also good
Mhm.
if you're speaking and you have an offer. You can say, okay, if you're interested in learning more, you can contact me. If you sign up for coaching, I'll give you this course as part of the program. So it's a really good add on for people like that. And it's just trying to add different elements for people to find me, people to engage, and just, this could be a smaller revenue stream.
I like that you did. I think this is a good add on because people's modalities of learning are so different, right? Like some people read physical books, some people like Kindle, some people are audiobook people, some people are podcast people. So I think adding that on addresses that different modality of learning behavior, which I think is
Yeah.
really important right now because you don't know how
Yeah.
different people are or they're
Yeah.
grabbing onto your information.
Yeah. So people learn in different ways, like you say. So this was a good test. I will probably do another course focused on the music industry that'll be a little bit more uh thorough, like just longer. It won't be a mini course, but this is a
Mhm.
good trial to see how they set it up. Recording all the videos. I had to record all the videos. There's like, how many videos is there? I think there's like 5, 9. There's probably about 16 or 17 different videos
Mhm.
between 2 minutes to 10 or 11 minutes on each topic. So that's a lot of recording and having to kind of implement and add that in. So it's very interesting. It was a very interesting process. It was good learning.
Yeah, so, like, do they give you a tutorial of how to do this, or do they walk you through it? How does that go?
So I didn't see a tutorial. They might give you a tutorial in terms of how to build it, but I think you kind of have to come to them with the PowerPoint done, which book launchers helped me with, and then the videos done. So what I would do is I had the PowerPoint up and I used Loom to record my video along with the PowerPoint. And when the designer edited it, he took my little Loom video out, just had my voice underneath the PowerPoint. So it's like my voice talking. And so that's how this one was. So we'll see how it goes. It just launched, and so we'll see who's interested. An add-on is probably the best way,
Mhm.
and that's kind of how it worked. So I'll get more into it. It's just everything was launched at the same time, so I have to pace myself.
To pace yourself, give yourself a brain break for the goodness sakes. Is it on your website? Can you just go on the amaniexperience.com, or how do people find it?
Yeah, that's on the to-do list. I have to add it to the website too.
Oh,
Like
got
it's on
it, okay.
Thinkific, but I
Am I
gotta add
giving
it
you
to the
am I
website
giving
too.
you too much homework? I feel
Yeah.
like
So this is good homework. This is good
well, it
homework.
came
So
out in the newsletter, and I'm like, "I didn't know Amani
yeah,
had a course. That's
yeah.
awesome. That's so
It would
cool."
it's brand new, so and it just is done. So I wanted to share the newsletter. I'll share it again and again. Because the newsletter, try to do that consistently. That's a whole nother mini episode.
Yeah.
Um
How do you feel
it's a
about the
lot.
word newsletter?
It's fine to me as long as it has value. I don't care what you call it. What about you?
I hate it. I like a communication. In fact, I read all your newsletters, but I just feel like the word newsletter, it just reminds me of a bulletin. Like it reminds me of being 7 years old back in Cleveland, Ohio, just listening to like Principal Krupinski's morning announcements for some I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
why. It feels so antiquated, and I'm desperately looking for a synonym, a better word for newsletter, and I haven't found one. So, if you're listening or you're watching and you've got a suggestion for a better word than a newsletter, let us know. Let us know. We're modern hip people, but we can't find a better word for newsletter for some reason. I don't know why.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't
yeah.
know. It triggers me for some reason. I don't know. It's just something that
Okay.
bugs me.
Well, it's gonna trigger you for a while because I don't know if we're gonna find a word quickly. So we'll see. But
Thank you for that vote of encouragement.
yes, yes. Keep it real here. So, but yeah, that's the course. So we'll leave links to it. I gotta add it to the website, keep promoting it. But at least it's out now, and so we'll try to drum up some interest.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. I know that takes a lot of time to put it together, and you have so much good stuff to share with the world. So I'm glad you're going to share it with the world. And I can't wait to see it myself.
Yes, yes. Remind me not to create a course in the middle of a book launch. That's what I would say for the future. That's not a good idea. So,
Note to
but I had to
self.
get it done because it's part of the book launch thing. So it's done. It's out. We'll link it. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe to the podcast, the video live stream, wherever you're watching, whatever platform, share with a friend. And with that, we will see you next week for another mini.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you for tuning in to Adventures in Business. Don't forget to rate and review our podcast on the platform that you're currently listening it on. And don't forget to share it with your friends and anybody that might be as much of the business nerds as Amani and I are. See you next time for another captivating interview.